Hello, my name is Terry Ivanyu of Resales and Investment Realty in Cherry Hill. This is my very first video blog I'm going to be putting together, and I'm going to have it hosted on the site called My South New Jersey Agent. So trying to figure out what kind of video blog I should put out first, and I've had many clients ask me when we're looking for homes is to explain to them the buying process when they're looking for a home. So I decided to do a quick outline of that process. So there's two key elements you need when as a buyer you're looking for a home. The first one is to find a reliable realtor, someone you can work with, someone who can help you find that perfect home, someone who can be with you and walk you through the whole process and be there right to the very end. The other element is a mortgage rep. You need to get a good reliable mortgage loan person who you feel comfortable with, and who can who knows all the different programs available for buyers and finds the one that is the best fit for your financial situation. So you've got those two things done, and what you want to do next is you want to sit down with your realtor and go over your real estate needs in detail. What you want to do is discuss and determine what kind of home you're looking for, what kind of amenities you need, want, the neighborhood, the style of home, and such things. Your realtor will also end up working with your mortgage rep to determine the price range that they should be focusing on in finding you a home. That's going to be important because the worst thing you can do is find that you're not looking in the right price range for what you want. And it's very frustrating. So we don't want to go through any kind of frustrating processes at all. All right. So now you've got that. You've sat down with a mortgage rep. We have an idea of what kind of home we should be looking for. We have an idea of what the neighborhood is that you're interested in. So we started going out and start looking at homes. We start searching out and going and viewing the properties. Now you found the home you like. You sit down and working with your realtor, determine the best offer you can make for that property. The realtor will then forward that offer to the other agent. Now we just have to wait for the seller to make a determination if they're going to accept or decline the offer. If they accept the offer, then the other agent, the seller's agent, will draw up the contracts and forward them to the realtor for you to get together and sign those contracts. The realtor will go through all the different major clauses and everything through the sales contract and explain what a lot of them mean. At the same time, going to work with you and determine which title closing agent you want to use. There's numerous ones out there, and what their job is to make sure that at settlement the seller signs over to you a clean deed. All the liens have been identified and are being resolved, that when you take over the property, you are not taking over any previous liens from the current owner. At the same time, after you've signed the contracts, the next step is for you to sit down with the mortgage rep again and apply for a mortgage. Many buyers go through a whole step and they forget to sit down with a mortgage and apply for a mortgage. It's important that you have that, because in the contract it'll state that at a certain point in time the mortgage company must provide a commitment letter stating that you have applied for a mortgage and that you will be getting one. Can't move forward without that. At the same time, after you've done that, we're going to strongly suggest, and I do this with all my clients, regardless of the property, many HUD homes, bank owned, they're being sold as is, what is. Many fixer-uppers are being sold as is. I still strongly recommend that my buyers hire a home inspector who goes through the property, evaluates the property, and then gives them a detailed report about the major systems in that house. Some cases where we'll be able to do so, we may end up compiling a list of repairs that we want the seller to complete before we move forward. In the contract, most times seller will have a dollar threshold that they say that they will do repairs up to a certain amount. Anything that goes, the repairs exceed that amount, gives the buyer the option to basically walk away from the deal. But let's say we're dealing with a private owner and we'll be able to come up with a repair list. HUD homes, bank owned, generally they don't even want to hear about those lists. They're stating right from the get-go, right from the beginning, that they will not be doing any repairs, that all the repairs, certifications, and municipal inspections are going to be all the responsibility of the buyer. So we've got this list. Let's say we're dealing with a private owner. We have a list of repairs we want. We submit it. The seller agrees to do those repairs. We keep that list aside for future reference, and I'll explain why in a minute. Now we've got all this, all the other tasks done. Now we're waiting for a firm settlement date. The firm settlement date is going to be established between the mortgage company and the title company, because the title company has to do a detailed search in regards, as I said, their job is to make sure that there are no hidden liens, is to make sure that on all parties concerned that there aren't any judgments, that things that would prevent this transaction from going forward. The mortgage company is going to make sure that they get it funded by a certain specific period of time. If we're going to have a settlement at the end of the month and they say that they can get funded by that end of the month, then that's the date we're going to have the settlement. Now, a couple of days before that settlement date, the buyer and I, as a realtor, would also contact the mortgage company to verify and make sure that we get a final figure for the closing costs, the amount of money that you as a buyer would need to bring to the settlement table. There are certain costs that need to be paid for at the settlement. And again, the mortgage rep can go into details of what those costs are. Now we've got all that. The day of the settlement comes along, and generally what we do is we do a final walkthrough. The final walkthrough is we want to make sure that the seller has moved everything out and the home is broom clean, that they haven't left any clutter, any junk, any garbage, or left the house in a total mess. That's what we refer to as broom clean. It's basically just swept and all the clutter and dirt is all gone. Once that's done, then it's just a matter of bringing us your certified funds for closing costs that the mortgage rep told you will be required to bring to the settlement. bring that with you, and we go to settlement and go through all the review of the documents. You sign whatever needs to be signed. Seller signs over the deed to you, and now you are a proud owner of a new home. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. I know that this was very very quick and very short, so if you require a little bit more information, I would be more than happy to answer any additional questions you may have, or even clarify any points that aren't made clear in this video. You can reach me at my cell phone, which is 609-417-1086, or wait till the end of the video and you'll see my contact numbers and information will be displayed. And I am always more than happy to take the time and explain things in detail. And I'm going to now close this and my name is Terry Ivanyu, and I'm from Resales and Investment Realty, and I hope you enjoy watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. All right, thank you.